here remembers my stream or the video that I did where the woman is very passive aggressively slamming everything down on the kitchen table? As a reminder, it's this one right here. Posted it 3 weeks ago. It's called Wife Raging Out and Husband and Kids as a Prank. This one made me really furious. It's basically a woman who she decides that as a funny joke, she's going to passive aggressively serve her family dinner by like slamming every plate down, being really snarky, biting tone. The kids, the husband, they're all confused, and instead of actually explaining how it's a prank or how it's a joke or even revealing the just kidding part, which would make it safe, she instead ends the video by explaining when asked what's wrong, well, everyone else gets to misbehave, so why don't I? Proving that ultimately it was not a prank, but a punishment. And any of us who have actually grown up with a passive-aggressive person in the house who behaves like this unironically didn't find that video funny. Maybe a good prank if at the end there was a grand reveal like, well, the reason that I acted this way was to teach you a lesson about doing this very same thing and to teach you a lesson about doing this very same thing. But it's really not specified who was misbehaving, how they were misbehaving, what this is teaching. Nothing like that. But as it turns out, this little prank has now become somewhat of a trend on TikTok. Almost like a little partner shaming subgenre that everyone wants to just hop on board and get views from. Which brings us to this next video where a woman once again just mistreats and abuses her husband, but calls it a silly hee ha ha joke. Aggressively serving my husband dinner to get his reaction with 3 laughing emojis because that makes it okay.
Fork or spoon?
Spoon.
Do you want broccoli?
Yes, please.
Salt and pepper?
Please.
Is that enough?
Real quick, that does remind me of who's ever watched Always Sunny? Salt the snail! Salt the snail! Why are you treating your own husband like, what was her name, like Gail or whatever they called her? And they would always chase her with the salt the snail!
Yeah.
Making the whole camera rattle.
Oh, you need some drink, you want some Sprite?
It's cold.
Do you want me to heat it up some more? It was just smoking, but you took 5 minutes to sit down.
Dang, so she's adding like layers to this. This is just like the last video where whenever anybody starts to like call her out, I'm like, are you okay? She adds the gaslighting to it as well. He's like, this is cold, which you know, and I know, and all the viewers watching this know she did on purpose because it's part of the prank. But now she's gaslighting him by saying, no, it was smoking, but you took too long to sit down. Like, this isn't a prank. This is just what abusers do all the time to their victims.
Let me know if that's enough seasoning.
That's fine. I don't like the broccoli.
Are you not grateful? After all that crap you gave me about not eating your food, and then I sat there and served you.
Now hold on a minute. So once again, we're doing the gaslighting thing because he's starting to call her out on actual genuine misbehavior that we all know is misbehavior, and she's going to now redirect blame. Aren't you grateful? But you're not grateful to me after all that crap you gave me about eating your food? That part stood out to me. Because just like in the last video, where it's all a prank until we get to the point where the real reasoning actually shows itself. She says, you gave me all that crap about eating your food. So this is because he didn't want you eating his food? I bet you guys anything that what happened here is he brought home some leftovers. She ate his leftovers and he was like, dude, I was really looking forward to that. Can you not eat my food? And instead of taking accountability and admitting that was really shitty of me to eat your food, even though I'm your wife, that doesn't entitle me to food that you were really looking forward to. And maybe I should have been more caring and looked out for that for you. Instead, she's curated this lovely, not even passive aggressive, just straight up aggressive punishment for him. Because how dare you tell her she can't eat your food? This is not a prank. This is 100% a punishment.
And then I sat there and served you. And you're gonna complain. That's cheese.
Let's vote, chat. Because I know we've all cooked before. We all get that one really stringy piece of cheese that we're kind of like, this kind of looks like a hair. But based on what we've seen so far, we've already seen her gaslight him like 3 times. We know that she's doing this on purpose. Do you think that was cheese? Because she laughed a lot when he pulled that out. I don't think that was cheese.
Good? Okay. We'll take this to the kitchen.
Why are you being so mean?
I'm not. I just...
Alright, let's get the gaslighting counter going. We'll add that. So that's 4 gaslighting lies that she's hit this man with. He's directly confronting her. Why are you being so mean? I'm not. It's not funny anymore when you're actually deploying every narcissist abusive weapon in the quiver, lady. That's not a joke. This is just what living with a narcissist looks like, actually. Let's assume that this isn't the way that she usually treats him, and that's what she thinks is the joke. Hey, look, my husband does not regularly punch me in the face, right? But if he and I were to make a silly joke video where he did that, even if I agreed to it, that's still showing horrifying, triggering violence to a widespread audience that trusts me to do better than to joke about that. Just because it's different from normal doesn't automatically make it funny when you're making fun of abuse victims.
I just served you your food. Cooked it and served it. Why aren't you being grateful?
I'm not hungry anymore because you're slamming stuff.
Go make your own.
I can eat that. It's going to go to waste.
Well, then stop complaining.
Jesus. See, this is another area where it's not funny. You just threw glass at him. He's lucky he caught that. But that wasn't part of the plan. Even if this was rehearsed, even if this is all a skit, that could have gone wrong. And if that hits the ground, I guarantee you this man's not wearing a shirt. I guarantee you he's not wearing socks. That glass could have broken off into his foot. Could have landed all across the floor. I hope you don't have dogs. Now you've got dogs stepping in the glass. For what? For a TikTok prank? For the views? What is wrong with you?
You can just sit it down like
Yes.
this. You don't gotta do all that. You don't gotta do all the extra stuff. Please. You made me forget to say blessing.
Damn. And that's how it ends. That's the end of the video. This poor man forgot to say blessing. Here's the caption. Ha ha ha. Married, wife, husband, couple goals. On what planet would anyone ever aspire to be like this? Hillbilly and Sweetie. Sweetie? You need a new nickname, girlfriend. Joke. Definitely gonna have to teach you the formula for how a joke works. Couple comedy. Funny videos, prank. Also not how pranks work. Okay, so that's her handle, Southern Sweetie. That's not the title I would give to you. Oh, she's a streaming mama. Okay, well, I don't like you. The good news is, though, this might make you guys feel a little bit better about life. That one was not funny. And yet, what does she do? Oh, the same thing that every annoying ass woman on the internet that I roast does. We gotta pin it. We pin it. Because it went viral. So viral means that I'm doing something good, right? Viral means I'm funny. I'm sorry, Crazy Hillbilly Gaming. I will never follow you. You betrayed your audience for clout and views. You made violence into a joke so that you could go viral. When this video is done, definitely tag these people, because I think that they need to hear my words and know how embarrassing, cringe, and shameful that video is. The fact that they're willing to do all that and they think it's funny. No. And at this point, he's to blame for it because he's enabling her. He is. He is also part of the problem. He's majoritively the victim in this, but he's choosing to allow her to continue to perpetuate these pranks. And what is that going to do? It's going to inspire more and more women to engage in this kind of behavior. As I've just pointed out, she got this idea from the last lady who went viral. And that's why they're doing it. Is because even though none of the comments are agreeing with them, they're just getting the views. And they'll put it in their head of like, oh, I'm getting money and I'm getting views, so that must mean no one's getting hurt. He's to blame for keeping the video up and continuing to make videos with this woman instead of calling her out or deleting that one video. So I don't blame him as much as her, but I'm going to take him to task. You need to take down that video and call your wife out. You guys need to sit down as a family and decide for yourself if this is the kind of reputation that you want to have and this is what your children are going to look up to. If this is the kind of behavior that you're okay with other people replicating out there. Are you, as a man, going to be okay with a woman treating your son like this? I don't like this lady. I feel bad for this man, but I think he's enough of a blue-collar, tough man to be able to sit down with his wife and have a conversation where he says, you know what, I'm not proud of the videos we're making. I'm not proud of the way you treated me. I'm not proud of the fact that we're displaying that to millions of people to replicate as a joke. I'm not okay with it. I think we should take it down. Do that. That is what I recommend.